10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
FFA members and guests, get on your feet and make some noise for your 2020-2021 National FFA Officer Team! Your Southern Region Vice President from Florida, Arthur Jonasson! Your Western Region Vice President from California, David Lopez! Your Eastern Region Vice President from Illinois, Miriam Hoffman! Your Central Region Vice President from Missouri, Paxton Dahmer! Your National FFA Secretary from Arkansas, Anna Mathis! And your National FFA President from Georgia, Dustin Harper!
Let's go, let's go! Something in my soul, and I'll be singing my song, yeah, all around this globe. Let's go, let's go! Yeah, we're breaking loose. Yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, to what we do, yeah. Let's go.
The convention hall will come to order. We are now holding the 5th General Session of the 94th National FFA Convention and Expo. Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President. The Sentinel.
Station by the door.
Your duties there?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the doors open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people, in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The Secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The Advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is the symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is the token of a new era in agriculture. If we'll follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 56,782 members and guests registered, Mr. President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this 5th General Session of the 94th National FFA Convention and Expo duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. When they're not chairing our 5th General Session, you're likely to find our Session 5 chairs at either the nearest coffee shop or the local Walmart. They appreciate the finer things in life, like music, fine arts, and curling up with a great book. They're brilliant, introspective, and just the pair to keep us on the edges of our seats this afternoon. FFA members and guests, join me in welcoming to the stage your Session 5 chairs, Miriam Hoffman and Anna Mathis.
From Lucas Oil Stadium in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the 94th National FFA Convention and Expo. In this session, we'll be recognizing the NAAE. Okay, Miriam, I forgot. You got to start it from the top, girl.
You know, I wish we could, but I know we got used to being able to re-record virtual videos earlier this year. But look at all these beautiful people live and in person. We're going to have to keep the cameras rolling.
Girl, you are right. I'm so used to the first half of our year where everything was completely virtual, and then suddenly it shifted to completely in person, and it was like I was relearning how to be social all over again. Anybody else?
Definitely me too. But I think this year we also learned that it's okay to have those moments where we wish that we could just hit pause and then restart, because we're all human at the end of the day, and a little bit of grace goes a long way. And y'all taught us a lot of that this year. But just as the end of a movie often comes with a blooper reel, the end of our year as national officers comes with some blooper reels of their own. So we invite you to an exclusive viewing of some of our team's bloopers as we celebrate FFA members being back together better than ever.
So sit back, relax, and let me give this another go. In this session, we'll be recognizing the National Association of Agricultural Educators, recognizing our Proficiency and Agri-science Fair Award finalists, hear some amazing remarks from the National FFA Western Region Vice President David Lopez as he delivers his retiring address, and hear some awesome selections from the National FFA Band. We'll also meet the National FFA officer candidates and our mentors.
What are we waiting for? I think I'm gonna grab some popcorn because this 5th session is about to get good.
Let's go, let's go! We're breaking loose! Let's go, let's go, let's go! To what we do, Let's go, let's go!
Anna, I don't know about you, but I'm curious if any of these people out here have had some of those blooper moments with their ag teachers. Because, definitely some of us out here. I know I do. Love you, Mrs. Muller. But do you remember earlier this year when we taught an agriculture instructor your favorite college cheer?
I think I do.
Yeah, Tourette's.
So you're gonna tap on the computer.
Tap on the computer?
Call these jazz hands. Pig when you're at the top, and then suey. Okay? Is that right? Okay.
Teachers are usually the ones teaching us. It's in their title, after all. But the good ones allow us to share in the learning too. Here at the National FFA organization, we're honored to have a partner organization so dedicated to investing in our agriculture instructors, who in turn invest in us as members. Today, we have a representative of the National Association of Agricultural Educators to speak with us at convention. 2021 marks her 25th year of teaching, and her career has taken her from Chicago, Illinois to Hawaii and everywhere in between. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the agriculture instructor and FFA advisor from the Chicago High School of Agricultural Sciences, Julie Reynolds.
Take a minute and think. What do you want to do with your life as a career? For those of you that are already in a career, how did you get there? What do you want to be? A doctor? A lawyer? An accountant? A teacher? Come on, think hard. What do you want to be in life? For those of you that are thinking about being an ag teacher, please stand. For those of you that were an ag teacher, please stand. For those of you that are an ag teacher, please stand. Would you believe me that being a teacher, an ag teacher, is the best career ever? Why is this the best career ever? Well, look at me. I'm standing here in front of you with a chance to inspire you, sharing my love of teaching and agriculture with all of you. When school started last month, one of my sophomores in my basic Agri-science class said, "Mrs. Reynolds, why do you want to be a teacher?" And I said, "I wanted to be an ag teacher because of my own high school ag teacher." This person touched my life in a way that inspired me to go on and touch others. He supported me. He challenged me. He inspired me. I didn't know that he was filling a need in my life that at the time I didn't know I even needed. I wanted to go out and share my love of agriculture with others. I wanted my students to be a part of a national FFA judging team just like I was in high school. I wanted to inspire others to pursue a career that they could love, one where they would have a chance to inspire others, one that they could be successful in. Now, all teachers know that we really don't get to know the impact we've had on our students for many years to come, if ever. They have to come back and tell us that we made a difference, that we inspired them. As ag teachers, we keep teaching, hoping year after year that we have inspired someone, that we've made a difference in someone's life. That same student asked me, well, Mrs. Reynolds, how many people have you inspired? And I said, well, this is my 25th year of teaching. If I inspire, I don't know, let's say I have 150 students on average a year. If I inspire just one or two of those students to go out, do something good, support agriculture, I've done my job. Without doing the math, he said, Mrs. Reynolds, that's not a lot. Isn't it though? If one student fulfills their dream and helps another because of something I did or said, they go out and they make this world just a little bit better because of something they heard or saw or did in my agriculture class, then I've done my job. By being an ag teacher, I can spend every day learning right along with my students. I can watch their eyes light up with understanding or laugh as they shriek when they realize there's a worm in our sweet corn crop and that worm was probably in the ear that they're eating for dinner before it went to the grocery store. The world of agriculture comes alive for me every day through my students. I help them become informed consumers, leaders, skilled professional employees, and in so many other small ways. One day, we're outside identifying weeds. The next day, we're using intricate lab equipment as we all strive to model research scientists. We might be making cheese in our arm as we warm it up, or we are growing radish seeds inside the school cabinet. Maybe we're even feeding our class pet, which happens to be a bin full of worms. Every day is different. Yes, inspiring 2 kids a year for 25 years is making a difference. As I mentioned earlier, I became an ag teacher because of my very own high school ag teacher. I currently teach with a very talented young woman, a former student of mine, who is also an ag teacher. I am a teacher of teachers. So let's take a moment and do the math. If I inspire just 2 students a year, and those 50 students go out and inspire 1 or 2 other students, and they share where our food comes from, how to be a leader, how to make a change, and those students go out and inspire others, how many people have I inspired? Have I convinced you to be an ag teacher? Do you like to talk? Do you like to travel? Do you like to learn? Do you want every day to be different? Then teach. Teach agriculture. When you choose your career, who will you inspire by the choice you make? Thank you.
Mrs. Reynolds, thank you so much for coming to spend some time with us here at our convention, but most importantly, for the countless students' lives that, like you mentioned, you've inspired over the years, because we know it's more than you realize. Folks, let's give it up one more time for Mrs. Julie Reynolds as she exits the stage. Thank you. Thank you. Well, Mrs. Reynolds has found herself in many classrooms over her career, there's probably some classrooms out there for some of y'all, especially those of y'all who stood up there a bit earlier. So if you're interested in teaching agriculture as a career, make sure to stop by the Tag to Teach Ag booth over at the Expo in the Convention Center to find out some next steps for your career path. Hey Miriam, what's your favorite part about watching blooper reel moments? Ooh, hands down, it has to be the genuine joy on people's faces when they just crack up in the middle of a line. I can't help but start laughing too. So, you mean like this? Or are we doing a video of oh. Just like that. Okay, but here's the thing. If I'm laughing like that, you know it's genuine. But speaking of that, that also happens to be my favorite thing about watching our award winners and finalists up here on the stage is the way that their faces light up too. Let's see if we can spot some faces lighting up and some genuine joy when we meet our Proficiency Award finalists. Our Proficiency Award members are members in grades 7 through 12 that have developed specialized skills through their supervised agricultural experiences that they can apply towards their future careers. This year, there are 45 different areas to compete in, and Proficiency are recognized at local and state levels.
Your finalists in the area of forest management and products entrepreneurship placement are Matthew Pate, Wetumpka FFA, Alabama. Advisors William Norris and Keith Lucy. Caleb Gretline, Nipono FFA, California. Advisors Christine Reddy and Rosemary Cummings. Sammy Mills, Chiefland High School FFA, Florida. Advisors Matthew Detloff, Dallas Locke. And Wyndon War, Early County FFA, Georgia. Advisors Lisa Murphy, David Wolf. And the winner is Wyndon War, Georgia. Wyndon War works for Southeast Forest Industries Incorporated. They actively manage 60,000 acres across Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. He's learned how to manage, mark, and cut timber. Once he loads the timber on trucks, it is sent to a mill. In the winter, Wyndon makes preparations for the planting of new trees. He is a member of the Early County FFA chapter, and his advisors are Lisa Murphy and David Wolf. Congratulations, Wyndon. In fruit production, entrepreneurship placement, the finalists are Pamela Donoso Marino, Watsonville, FFA, California. Advisors Paulina Carrera, Savannah Rhine. Luke Hendricks, Wayne County FFA, Georgia. Advisors Michael Kirkland, Reggie Beasley. Jacob Hinton, LaRue County FFA, Kentucky. Advisors Misty Bivens and Chris Thomas. And Lillian Beebe, Fayetteville FFA, Ohio. Advisor Nathan Berkheimer. And the winner is Luke Hendricks, Georgia. Luke Hendricks works for 8th Day Farms, a pecan farm his family started in 2011. The farm has 1,100 trees and grows 5 pecan cultivars. Luke is involved in each production stage, including pest management, equipment operation and maintenance, harvesting, and marketing. He is a member of the Wayne County FFA, and his advisors are Michael Kirkland and Reggie Beasley. Congratulations, Luke. The finalists in goat production entrepreneurship placement are Jack Hoyle, Taylor FFA, Arkansas. Advisor Chad Poindexter. Lexi Dietz, Shepherd FFA, Montana. Advisor Stacy Dietz. Noah Barga, Versailles FFA, Ohio. Advisors Dina Webker, Taylor Bergman. And Connor Pence, Very Best FFA, Texas. Advisor Travis Lang. And the winner is Connor Pence, Texas. Connor Pence has a herd of 40 does and their offspring. He manages the breeding goat herd and raises high-quality market wethers. The typical sale price he earns is $185 per head. Connor is a member of the Very Best FFA chapter, and his advisor is Travis Lang. Congratulations, Connor. In grain production entrepreneurship placement, the finalists are Jenna Cords, West Central FFA, Indiana. Advisors, Shaw Hasselby and Missy Culp. Mackenzie Henning, Jackson County Central FFA, Minnesota. Advisors, Laura Bidney, Larry Christopher. Matthew Ruff, Westfall FFA, Ohio. Advisors, Megan Mormon, Rachel Sire. And Lane Griffin, Howe FFA, Texas. Advisors, Ronald Blum, Tracy Blum. And the winner is Mackenzie Henning, Minnesota. Mackenzie Henning works for an independent seed corn business. She began hand-detasseling seed corn and working in the warehouse. Mackenzie is also involved in roguing or removing off-types from the field. She is a member of the Jackson County Central FFA chapter, and her advisors are Laura Bidney and Larry Christopher. Congratulations, Mackenzie. In landscape management, entrepreneurship, placement, the finalists are Creek Bazmore, Screven County FFA, Georgia. Advisors Zach Weaver, Nancy Sell. Tad Nelson, Rigby FFA, Idaho. Advisors Robert Hale and Casey Sanders. Paxton Boldry, McCracken County FFA, Kentucky. Advisors Michael Wood and Robert Polivic. And Matt Hudson, Liberty FFA, West Virginia. Advisors Brianne McCauley and Zach Tennant. And the winner is Tad Nelson, Idaho. Tad Nelson owns and manages Nelson Mow and Trim, a full-service lawn and landscape company. Last year, after his 5th year of operating the business, he had 60 weekly lawn clients, in addition to installing and maintaining landscapes. He is a member of the Rigby FFA chapter, and his advisors are Robert Hale and Casey Sanders. Congratulations, Tad. In nursery operations, entrepreneurship placement, the finalists are Matt Malcolm, Morgan County High FFA, Georgia. Advisors Rachel Kinsall and Brianna Stoops. Lindsay Laughlin, West Liberty FFA, Iowa. Advisors Zachary Morris and Elise Bissy. Caroline Jackwish, McMinn County FFA, Tennessee. Advisors Brittany Davis and Clint Crisp. And Gavin Soley, Quincy FFA, Washington. Advisors Mike Wallace, Rod Cool. And the winner is Matt Malcolm, Georgia. Matt Malcolm works on his family's 100-acre nursery where he grows 40 varieties of ornamental trees. His duties include planting, spraying herbicides, pruning, setting up irrigation systems, cleaning underbrush, and harvesting. The trees that Matt raises are sold to landscape professionals and some homeowners. He is a member of the Morgan County High FFA chapter, and his advisors are Rachel Kinsall and Brianna Stoops. Congratulations, Matt. In outdoor recreation, entrepreneurship placement, the finalists are Cody Bryden, Iron Mountain FFA, Alaska. Advisor, Kim Barhog. Gavin Renz, Hollister San Benito FFA, California. Advisors, Chelsea Faria, Bailey Rydell. Ethan Euler, St. Paul FFA, Nebraska. Advisors, Michaela Sofal and Boyd Bowder. And Evan Price, Pilot Point FFA, Texas. Advisors, Sarah Beth Hesteneed and Stacy Grona. And the winner is Cody Bryden, Alaska. Cody Bryden works for a local business that provides outdoor recreational activities such as fishing, whale watching, and water taxis. He is one of 2 crew members on the charter vessel. Cody has learned fishing regulations and harvest management of the Alaskan fisheries. He is a member of the Iron Mountain FFA chapter, and his advisor is Kim Barhog. Congratulations, Cody. In poultry production, entrepreneurship placement, the finalists are Aiden Gartenlaub, Bakersfield Highland FFA, California. Advisors Amber Carter, Michael Leischman. Eli Halford, Franklin County High FFA, Georgia. Advisors Taylor Brown and Cale Watkins. Aaron Starney, Brona FFA, Missouri. Advisors Caitlin Smalley, Travis Waite. And Kaylee Bosma, Lennox Sunstrom FFA, South Dakota. Advisors Brady Duxbury, Jelaine Stratmeyer. And the winner is Eli Halford, Georgia. Eli Halford works on his family's poultry farm. The operation consists of 8 poultry houses. He helps produce more than 200,000 birds per flock each year. Eli is responsible for biosecurity, feed management, environmental management, and animal health care. He is a member of the Franklin County High FFA chapter, and his advisors are Taylor Brown and Cale Watkins. Congratulations, Eli. In Service Learning Entrepreneurship Placement, the finalists are Mark Cabaliza, Santa Maria Pioneer Valley FFA, California. Advisors Scott Winnell, Gabriel Ponce. Addie Stever Battelle, Cass County FFA, Michigan. Advisors Lee Ostentowski and Heather Middleton. Ethan Chapman, Paris FFA, Missouri. Advisors Josh Bondi, Audrey Nobis. And Madison Jolliffe, Ridgemont FFA, Ohio. Advisors Shelby Faulkner, Stephanie Jolliffe. And the winner is Addie Stever Battelle, Michigan. Addie Stever Battelle recruited 3 of her friends from FFA to raise 50 broiler chickens and a pig for a local food pantry. More than 6 years later, her organization, Meeting the Need for Our Village, is a nationally recognized hunger relief nonprofit with an economic impact on the community of over $62,000. She is a member of the Cass City FFA chapter, and her advisors are Lee Ostentowski and Heather Middleton. Congratulations, Addie. These students have each created a solid foundation for a successful future through their SAE programs. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to congratulate all of our 2021 Proficiency Award finalists and winners.
Let's go!
Anna, if there was one point in our year with the most blooper moments for the least amount of time, do you think maybe it was the 3 weeks we spent in our nation's capital of Washington, D.C. this summer?
Girl, there is no denying that. Listen, I loved our time in Washington, D.C., but somehow I ended up with the worst outtake of them all. Check it out.
Oh, God. Oh, my gosh.
What was that?
That right there is just about as real as it gets. I don't know what I stepped in, but I'm never talking about it ever again, and neither should any of y'all.
You know, that sounds like a good plan. I'm glad your shoe made it out alive, because I wasn't sure there for a hot second. But I have a feeling that our next guests on this stage aren't afraid to take on a difficult, maybe sometimes kind of messy challenge.
Oh, absolutely. They take on these messy challenges, and because of it, their grit has paid off. And these are our members in the Agri-science fair, who are members in grades 7 through 12 that were selected by their state to represent at the national level. These members must conduct an agriculturally or food science-related scientific research project and present their findings.
That's right. We're so proud of these finalists for all of their hard work. Sponsored by Cargill, John Deere, and Syngenta, let's get ready to welcome our Agri-science fair finalists to the stage.
Our finalists in Power Structural and Technical Systems Division 1 are, in 3rd place, Austin Walker of the Hardy Middle FFA, Florida. In 2nd place, Alex Mackey of the Oologah FFA, Oklahoma. And 1st place, Will Doherty of the Branson Middle School FFA in Colorado. Will conducted his study on road grading blades and how they can improve future road conditions. Congratulations. Our finalists in Power Structural and Technical Systems Division 2 are, in third place, Riley Ealing and Jacob Foreman, Felicity Franklin, FFA, Ohio. In second place, Paige Allen and Cassidy Ritter of the Imbler FFA in Oregon. And first place, Landon Lorwald and Clarice Arlt of the Florence FFA chapter in Texas. Landon and Clarice studied pipe stability in freezing temperatures. Congratulations. Our finalists in Power, Structural, and Technical Systems Division 3 are, in third place, Joseph Schneider of the Beckman Catholic FFA, Iowa. In second place, Lucas Salzwedel of the Toma FFA chapter, Wisconsin. And first place, Kevin Eckstein of the Ridgemont FFA chapter, Ohio. Kevin evaluated methane gas generated from co-digestion of animal byproducts and fruit waste in an anaerobic digester. He evaluated the methane gas production of cow manure in an anaerobic digester too. Congratulations. Our finalists in Power Structural and Technical Systems Division 4 are, in third place, Kaylee Jennings and Joanna Hamilton of the Felicity Franklin FFA, Ohio. In second place, C. Isaac Schweitzer and Logan Brand of the DeKalb FFA chapter, Indiana. And first place, Katie Spivey and Fraser Faith Knapek of the Perry FFA chapter, Georgia. The purpose of Katie and Fraser's research was to ensure that livestock producers, hobby farmers, and homeowners that use heating lamps know which clamp will best suit them depending on the type of gate available. Congratulations. Our finalists in Power Structural and Technical Systems Division 5 are, in third place, Sydney Hepley of the DeKalb FFA chapter, Indiana. In second place, Nathaniel Monroe of the Brooksville FFA chapter, Florida. And first place, Gabriel Schultz of the Aledo FFA chapter, Texas. The purpose of Gabriel's study was to measure the different concentrations of fumes from a plasma table with varying levels of water. Congratulations. Our finalists in Power Structural and Technical Systems Division 6 are, in third place, Matthew Sitton and Madison Zwiker of the Stillwater FFA chapter, Oklahoma. In second place, Zachary Holloway and Lucas Bell of the Broken Bow FFA chapter, Nebraska. And first place, Charlie Chambers and Cash Martin of the Abernathy FFA chapter in Texas. Charlie and Cash determined if a safe zone can be established in an 80 by 60 ag mechanics shop where the sound output would be lower than 85 A-weighted decibels for the chop saw and angle grinder. Congratulations. Let's congratulate all of our Agri-science Fair finalists and winners.
Each of us have many moments of messy, awkward realness, and it's so easy to want to hide those from the world. So having a group of people who support us through many blooper reel moments in all is so important. Each of my national officer teammates and I have a group of individuals and communities in our corner who inspire us, who support us, and who believe in us, even when we fail to believe in ourselves. Please help me in welcoming to the stage our mentors.
Our agricultural education teachers, advisors, staff, and mentors have played a critical role in each of our lives. They have supported us, guided us, picked us up when we were down, and celebrated us when we've achieved our goals. Although they have meant something different to each one of us, neither of us would be here today without them.
There is a common saying that it takes a village to raise a child. Luckily for me, my village has been filled with mentors. No matter the circumstances, mentors push you to be better and see what you can accomplish. I'm thankful that my village has encouraged me, pushed me, and grown alongside me over the years. I would not be half the person I am without them.
We all come with our own lived experiences, baggage, and self-doubt. However, not once have the people I am lucky to call mentors let me be held by any of these. They instead have challenged me to be better, to see the bigger picture, and to help others do the same. I will forever be grateful to these individuals for investing in me and helping me understand what this should all be about.
In this life, I'd like to think that we're all just flowers and our mentors are the folks who water us and watch us grow. While I may not have been able to recognize my own aptitude as a seedling, I'm thankful for those around me who saw my promise and invested in me as I bloomed. It is because of good mentors that our world is a beautiful bouquet of flowers.
Our chief want in life is somebody who will make us do what we can. Ralph Waldo Emerson. I'm grateful for those who have always been there to push me to achieve the potential they saw in me that I couldn't see in myself. From challenging me to try an Agri-science fair project, to long car rides to convention, to being a rock I can always count on when I don't feel steady, they have always been there to make me do what they believed I could.
I believe we are each placed in specific communities of people for a reason. Out of these communities come our mentors and supporters, the people who are able to offer a level of wisdom and guidance in our life that is unparalleled. I am so blessed to be surrounded by people and communities who care for me through the good and the bad, no matter what. Every person has potential. This is the core belief of good mentorship. Who I am today is a unique combination of my own personality and the mentors who pour wisdom and hope into my life as an investment in the potential they see in me. They don't always say what we want to hear, but we can be sure they will say what we need to hear.
Thank you to all our mentors for all you have done to help us get to where we are today.
National FFA, it's a privilege to introduce you to my people. My high school advisors, Mr. Josh Merith, Ms. Tanya St. John, Mr. Brian Gast, my professor, Dr. Rebecca Mott, Missouri FFA state staff, Keith Dietcheld, and friend Shea Booster.
FFA members and guests, it is my honor to introduce to you my role models. My friend and mentor, Dane White, California State staff, Cecily Gehring, mentor and friend, Angela Mayfield, California State staff, Hugh Mooney, and agriculture instructors at Hopeville High School, Lindsay Cox and Jennifer Sutter.
National FFA, it is my privilege to introduce to you my mentors. Florida FFA state staff, Ronnie Simmons, my high school agriculture teacher, Mr. Jared Prescott, Miss Kaylin Vickers, Florida FFA advisor, Miss Hannah Cantrell, Florida FFA state staff, and Miss Erin Walker, Florida FFA state staff.
National FFA, I am pleased to introduce you to my mentors, Newton College and Career Academy Principal, Mr. Chad Walker, Newton College and Career Academy Agricultural Educators and FFA Advisors, Dr. Cecily Gunter and Dr. Marcus Pollard, Georgia FFA State Staff, Andy Paul, Georgia FFA State Advisor, Mr. Billy Hughes, and Georgia FFA State Staff, Mr. Ben Lassley.
FFA members and guests, it is an honor to introduce you to my mentors. Ms. Sunny Wise, the Arkansas FFA Executive Secretary, Mr. Chris Backus, my state FFA advisor, Mr. Jeff Miller, my college professor, Dr. Joe Rucker, college professor, Miss Angie Vogel, my high school principal, and Mr. Corey Kimes, my first agriculture instructor.
National FFA, I am grateful to introduce to you some of the deepest influences on my life. Friends and life mentors Vance Crow, Robin Kim, and Mark Bunselmeyer. Illinois State staff Mindy Bunselmeyer and John Edgar, and Earlville FFA advisor and agriculture instructor Natalie Mahler. My 5 teammates and I would not be wearing these jackets this year if it were not for the people that you see standing on this stage next to us. They have invested in us, they have believed in us, and they have shaped us into who we are today. But each of us in this stadium wearing a blue corduroy jacket have had those who have believed in us too. So if you are an agriculture instructor, FFA advisor, school administrator, or state staff, please stand. And folks, let's give these individuals the recognition that they deserve.
Every good musician knows that nothing, absolutely nothing, should distract from the show. Even when everything seems to be going wrong, the show must go on. And our teammate David, a little bit newer to the music profession, knows this to be true. Let's check it out.
Body recorder. I can break it. Give it.
You can kill me, but you can't kill the melody.
Yeah, round of applause for David right there. Just as David refused to be stopped from sharing his melody with our team, we have another group of individuals here on stage at convention with us all week who have persevered through hours of practice to bring us a beautiful gift of their music, which, sorry David, is a little bit better than that recorder concert. So, under the direction of Mr. Spencer White and sponsored by Corteva Agri-science, let's give it up for your National FFA bands.
Hello, FFA. My name is Cullen Schwamberger, and I'm from the Amboy FFA chapter in the Prairie State of Illinois. Rock with us now as your 2021 National FFA Band honors the late and beloved Dick Clark, legendary host of the American Bandstand and New Year's Rockin' Eve. Here's Rock, Roll, and Remember.
after so many blooper reel moments, we're bound to actually have something go right. And even though Miriam and I had tons of those moments in DC, we actually had some really incredible moments too.
Yeah, that's absolutely the case. We got to visit the White House during our time there in DC, and while we were recording some videos, making sure that we were one-take wonders, of course, we actually ended up seeing the motorcade from one of the most well-known names in American government right now pull up, and then we saw that individual walk into the West Wing of the White House, and that was a pretty cool moment.
She was born in California, a senator in California, and is the first woman, Black American, and South Asian American to be elected Vice President of the United States of America. Bringing video greetings here at the 94th National FFA Convention and Expo, the Honorable Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the United States.
Greetings, FFA members. Your participation in this National Convention and Expo tells me two things about you. One, you are committed to your personal growth as America's leaders. And two, you are committed to your community. Your communities that feed our families, grow our local economies, and strengthen our nation. I know this has been a tough time for our nation's farmers, and especially for our rural communities. Between the pandemic and the climate crisis, the economic recovery, and the supply chain challenges. And that is why, ever since President Joe Biden and I took office, we have been determined to deliver for rural America. In our first 100 days, we passed our American Rescue Plan with funding to support rural hospitals, small meat and poultry processing facilities, and state and local governments. And today, we are building on what we started. Right now, the President and I are working to pass our Build Back Better agenda. And this agenda is pretty basic. It's about better health, better jobs, and doing better on climate. This agenda, it's about cutting taxes and lowering costs for your families. Simply put, this agenda, well, it's about you. And we are fighting to make a historic investment in climate mitigation for those who work the land each and every day. We are fighting to address teacher shortages in rural communities and to train up the next generation of trades workers. And we are fighting to upgrade our rural infrastructure, to ensure rural households have clean water and are connected to high-speed internet. You know, I recently met Megan Kaiser, who runs an agricultural lab in Bowling Green, Missouri. Her family's business is at the cutting edge of precision agriculture, and her clients are from all over the world. But she has run into a problem. She cannot get the internet speeds she needs to upload soil samples for her clients. She told me there is nothing worse than when a client emails her to say, "I never received the report." She said it makes her business feel like less than world class. But here's the thing, her business is world class. The problem isn't her business, it's our infrastructure. And that's why the President and I are determined to ensure our nation's infrastructure can support Megan and all of you. And the reason why is simple. We believe a strong rural America is essential to the success of our nation. And we know that you are part of the future of our nation. So thank you and enjoy the convention.
Thank you, Vice President Harris, for your remarks here at the 94th National FFA Convention and Expo.
Well, a little bit earlier, we found out that most of y'all have had some blooper moments with your ag teachers, but we would like to know, have y'all had any blooper moments at convention this week? Okay, yeah, we're loud and proud about it. I love it, I love it. I mean, when you think about it, the long hours of travel and sleep deprivation, maybe some late night elevator rides, it's the perfect recipe for some funny but awkward moments.
Oh, girl, I know. When we were running for national office about this time last fall, we could have never predicted all of the opportunities we'd have to stalk our blooper reel moments. And our team back in Washington, D.C. had a similar combination of sleep deprivation and elevator rides, and look where it left us.
I'd just like to make a formal apology for my laugh appearing again in this session. But yeah, this has been a chaotic year, I think for all of us, but a meaningful one, often because of that chaos. We're so fortunate as an organization to have a new set of individuals who are stepping up, willing to take on the entirety of the role of national office, from the shiny moments of the spotlight on a stage to the late nights in a malfunctioning elevator and every single moment in between.
These 37 candidates have put their heart on the line all week as they stressed out and studied to become the next student leaders of our organization. Through advocacy speeches, personal interviews, workshop facilitation, and stakeholder interaction, they've proven their dedication to us in many ways, and we are so excited to introduce them to you. Please join me in welcoming to the stage your National FFA officer candidates.
Kashai McKinney, Alabama.
I'm Kaylee Zimmerman, and I'm proud to represent the state of Arizona. Representing the state of Arkansas, Brooke Bradford.
Michael Ortiz from California.
I'm Lauren Bigler, proudly representing the state of Colorado.
Hello, National FFA, where are all my New Englanders at? I'm Michael Wolf from the state of Connecticut.
Hey everybody, my name is Jackson Sylvester and I represent the state of Delaware.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Eric Robinson from the state of Georgia.
Aloha, Harvey Tagalikud from Hawaii.
My name is Katie Dome, and I'm proudly representing the state of Idaho.
LFA members, my name is Gage Miller, and I'm proudly representing the state of Illinois.
Hey there, I'm Derek Williams, and I'm proudly representing the state of Indiana.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kate Boyson from the great state of Iowa.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mallory White, representing Kentucky.
Como se va? My name is Zachary Mayfield from the great state of Louisiana.
Stephanie Harvey, representing the state of Michigan.
I am Maddie Smith from the state of Minnesota.
Representing the Show Me State of Missouri, Alexander Gast.
Hello, everyone. I'm McKenna Quirk, representing the Big Sky state of Montana. Hello, everyone. My name is Annie Hodnett, and I am from the land of enchantment, New Mexico. Hi, everyone. I'm Taylor Rollins from the state of New York. McKenna Clifton, North Carolina.
I'm Bethany Starlin from Ohio.
Karsten Cantrell, Oklahoma.
Josiah Cruikshank, Oregon.
Brendan Bixler, Pennsylvania.
Greetings, National FFA organization. My name is Roniel Rivera Garcia, proudly representing Puerto Rico.
Good afternoon. I'm Kylie Cathcart, proudly representing South Carolina.
I'm Hunter Idy, and I'm proudly representing South Dakota.
I'm Ryan Williamson, representing Texas.
Hello, everybody. My name is Landon Arnell, representing Utah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew Seibel, proudly representing the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Hi, my name is Cole Bearlocker, and I'm representing the state of Washington.
Hello, my name is Creed Ammons. I'm representing the mountain state of West Virginia.
Hello, everyone. I'm Courtney Zimmerman, representing the state of Wisconsin.
I'm Cameron McGee, proudly representing the cowboy state of Wyoming.
Thank you, candidates, for showing your real and genuine selves throughout this process. The team of 6 individuals who will lead our organization in the coming year will be unveiled tomorrow during the final general session at noon during the nominating committee report. If you see these candidates around, give them a high five or a pat on the back for all the hard work they put in.
Let's go!
Blooper moments with our friends here in Lucas Oil Stadium and our friends back home on the live stream. We see y'all out there. It has me thinking, what is it about some places that make us feel so welcome?
I think probably because I grew up in such a small community, it is that sense of community that lets us give and receive grace when we need it most.
Absolutely. I think our next guest on stage could teach us a thing or two about community also. The National Chapter Award in the area of building communities honors those chapters across the country who are doing exceptional work to build meaningful and lasting connections in their homes and communities. Sponsored by John Deere. Let's meet our finalists in the Premier Chapter Award area of building communities.
Our finalists in the area of building communities are Southern Choctaw FFA, Alabama. They partnered with community members to install visible American flags by putting in flagpoles at the sports fields and placing flags at 100% of the gravesites of local deceased veterans. They secured donations for the flagpoles. Ferguson FFA of Florida worked to address the overpopulation of cats in their communities. They collaborated with the Miami-Dade Humane Society to safely gather feral cats and have them spayed or neutered. A total of 11 cats were caught, spayed, and neutered. Since most feral cats never find safe living homes, this event helped decrease their chance to breed and prevent a larger feral population. Robert Morgan FFA, chapter of Florida, took a 1.5 acres of unmanaged pine rockland habitat located on their school grounds and converted it into an outdoor classroom and a managed preserve. They partnered with local business Fairchild Tropical Garden to make this happen. The chapter wrote a grant to the Florida Native Plant Society to receive funds to rehabilitate the land. Eastside FFA of Georgia partnered with Newton County Farm Bureau to provide 50 Fresh from Newton farm boxes to families in the area. The boxes highlighted a different ag topic each week, focusing on the work of a local farmer. Each box included several activities, fresh produce, a STEM activity, and a video. While they only had resources for 50 boxes, they had a waiting list with more than 150 individuals hoping to participate. Cambridge FFA of Georgia found a way to reinvent their annual Winter Bazaar to provide a place to spotlight local businesses through Small Business Saturday Spotlights. For the week leading up to Small Business Saturday, the chapter highlighted local businesses on their social media accounts, encouraging followers to connect with and support these local businesses. They reached nearly 2,000 followers and helped support businesses during the height of the pandemic, a time when small businesses were suffering. Commerce Middle School FFA of Georgia created PVC trees to promote fishing habitats and attract fish to certain areas of ponds and lakes. These artificial fish attractors were made from PVC pipe, a bucket, and concrete, and were donated to the local Hard Labor Creek State Park. The park itself will benefit from increasing fish populations and will encourage a more diverse ecosystem. Red Hill FFA of Illinois partnered with the Reds Hill Art Club to paint murals on nursing home residents' windows. 7 of its members were joined by the art club to paint all the windows at the local nursing home, more than 40 in total. They painted Christmas and winter scenes in less than 2 hours. Centralia FFA of Missouri noticed the impact the global pandemic was having on local small businesses. They launched the Needle in a Haystack project to improve the economic welfare of residents and businesses in their community by finding hidden haystacks in 20 local businesses for a chance at a prize. Members of the chapter contacted 100% of Chamber of Commerce businesses to discuss the benefits of participation in the project. Denmark FFA of Wisconsin worked with community leaders to develop the event Paw-tastic Memories at the local senior center, using animals as therapy for those suffering from memory loss. In all, they worked with 27 elderly citizens in the Denmark area, creating 3 sensory activities to benefit the seniors. They brought 6 dogs, 5 cats, and 4 rabbits to the senior center. And our premier chapter Building Communities winner is the Commerce Middle FFA of Georgia. Congratulations to all of our finalists and winners.
Personally, this project has opened up so many opportunities within FFA for me. I've done environmental SAEs and gained so much experience from this. Personally, I've completely changed my career path. I now want to become an aquatic veterinarian. I started pursuing that as soon as I entered the aquaculture program my sophomore year. And raising these axolotls and caring for them has really just opened up my eyes to how large this aquatic species and how widely they affect the biomedical field.
They have, personally for the both of us, taken us to a completely different level of our knowledge and being able to actually figure out what we want to do in our lives. And we both know that we're going to be working with these animals for a long time and many other exotic and endangered animals, and we'll know how to take care of them, which is really good.
We frequently have many visitors in the classroom. I personally have talked to so many preschoolers, like the youngest kids, about not only other fish, but especially these amphibians, inspiring them to want to learn more about them. They come back so many times. Thank you to our sponsors and donors of the Living to Serve grant for supporting us through this axolotl project.
We really appreciate everything that you guys have done, and we know it will affect nationwide.
While the national office has given us a plethora of opportunities to stock our blooper reel, we're not the only ones. Okay, we all have our moments. So we reached out to y'all via Instagram to hear your funny, messy blooper reel moments.
And this is what y'all had to say.
want to start over really got me, Libby. Sorry about that.
Well, clearly, life comes with a blooper reel guarantee, but fortunately, our next guest on stage took it in stride. They spent hours individually and as a team preparing for their competitive event, and that hard work has paid off. Let's get ready to welcome our next group of Career and Leadership Development Event Award finalists to the stage. In the Environmental and Natural Resources Career Development Event, students gain awareness and demonstrate their knowledge of areas affecting our air, soil, and water quality. Let's meet these students who are solving for sustainability.
In the area of environmental and natural resources, the individuals placing in the top 10 are: in 10th, Riley Roderick, Silver Sage FFA of Nevada. In 9th, Braxton Holder, Friendship FFA, Texas. In 8th, Jaden Groff, Versailles FFA, Ohio. In 7th, Peyton Jackson, Banks County FFA, Georgia. In 6th, Kylie Butler, Grand Canyon FFA, Pennsylvania. In 5th, Sam Thiede, St. Paul FFA, Nebraska. In 4th, Will Haxton, Durant FFA, Florida. In 3rd, Alyssa Shute, Madison FFA, North Carolina. In 2nd, Clay Cantrell, Forest Hill FFA, California. And 1st place, David Farrell, Durant FFA, Florida. Congratulations to all individuals placing in the top 10. The final 4 teams are: in 4th place, Madison FFA, North Carolina. In 3rd, Forest Hill FFA, California. In 2nd, Banks County FFA of Georgia. And your national winning team is Durant FFA, Florida. Durant's FFA advisor is Brittany Coleman. Members of that team are David Farrell, Will Haxton, Kayla Swantek, and Emma Poole. Congratulations!
In the Horse Evaluation Career Development event, students gain new insight into equine science by evaluating and ranking horses based on breed characteristics, conformation, and performance.
In the area of horse evaluation, individuals placing in the top 10 are: in 10th, Cooper Massey, Adair FFA, Oklahoma. Andrea Bird, Harrison FFA, Arkansas. In 8th, Riley Heerdink, Clinton FFA, Missouri. In 7th, Alana Alexander, Clinton FFA, Missouri. In 6th, Aaron Oldemeyer, Norris FFA, Nebraska. In 5th, Emily Ryder, Ellensburg FFA, Washington. In 4th, Adele Karen, Ellensburg FFA, Washington. In 3rd, Naomi Ornells, Granbury FFA, Texas. In 2nd, Ashlyn Torbett, Clovis East FFA, California. And in 1st place, Sylvia Alexander, Snowy Range FFA, Wyoming. Congratulations to all top 10 individuals in horse evaluation. The final 4 teams are: in 4th, Ellensburg FFA, Washington. In 3rd place, Snowy Range FFA, Wyoming. In second place, Clovis East FFA, California. Your national winning team is Clinton FFA, Missouri. Clinton FFA's advisor is Tanner Robertson. Members of the team are Riley Heerdink, Carolyn Wagner, Cameron Kemper, and Elena Alexander. Congratulations!
In the MEATS Evaluation and Technology Career Development event, students are tested on their knowledge of the modern meat processing industry. They evaluate beef carcasses for yield and quality, as well as identify various retail and wholesale cuts of meat. Let's congratulate our finalists as we meet them on the stage.
In the area of meats evaluation and technology, individuals placing in the top 10 are: in 10th, Carly Kazi, College Station FFA, Texas. In 9th, Jonah Grossi, Kashmir FFA, Washington. In 8th, Hayden Bennett, College Station FFA, Texas. In 7th, Spencer Walahoski, Sumner Eddyville Miller FFA, Nebraska. In 6th, Taylor McGill, Tuttle FFA, Oklahoma. In 5th, Sean Billingsley, Missoula FFA, Montana. 4th place, Caitlin Kotrala, College Station FFA, Texas. In 3rd, Kimberly Boyer, Tuttle FFA, Oklahoma. 2nd place, Nathan Kurth, College Station FFA, Texas. And in 1st place, Ennis Childs, Van Far FFA, Missouri. Congratulations to the top 10 individuals in meats evaluation and technology. The final 4 teams are: in 4th place, Casper FFA, Wyoming. In 3rd place, Kashmir FFA, Washington. In 2nd place, Tuttle FFA, Oklahoma. Your national winning team is College Station FFA from Texas. College Station's FFA advisor is Aaron Stutz. Members of the team are Caitlin Cottrell, Hayden Bennett, Nathan Kurth, and Carly Kasi. Congratulations.
Students in the Milk Quality and Products Career Development event must demonstrate their knowledge in the quality production, processing, distribution, promotion, and marketing of milk and dairy foods.
In the area of milk quality and products, individuals placing in the top 10 are: in 10th place, Morgan Lance, Prairie Central FFA, Illinois. In 9th, Derek Dotterer, Prairie Central FFA, Illinois. In 8th, Eneli Jensen, Mountain Crest FFA, Utah. In 6th, Matea Crecci, Sharando FFA, Virginia. In 5th, McKenna Vest, Middletown FFA, Delaware. In 4th, Sarah Conkling, Middletown FFA, Delaware. In 3rd, Morgan Heckman, Savannah FFA, Missouri. And in 1st place, Ashlyn Cratikill, Prairie Central FFA, Illinois. Congratulations to the top 10 individuals in milk quality and products. The final 4 teams are: in 4th, Savannah FFA, Missouri. In 3rd, Middletown FFA, Delaware. In second, Fruitland FFA of Idaho. And your national winning team is Prairie Central FFA from Illinois. Prairie Central FFA's advisor is Kyle Miller. Members of that team are Derek Dotterer, Ashlyn Craddockville, Ashley Young, and Morgan Lands. Congratulations!
In the nursery landscape career development event, students are tested on their knowledge of maintaining landscape plants and related products, evaluating services and equipment, and performing landscape design.
In the area of nursery landscape, individuals placing in the top 10 are: in 10th, Jenna Goslin, Seneca FFA, Illinois. In 9th, Luke Anderson, James Madison, San Antonio FFA, Texas. In 8th, Hannah Austin, Coffee FFA, Georgia. In 7th, Isabella Reyes, James Madison, San Antonio FFA, Texas. In 6th, Aaron Alcorn, Spencer County, Kentucky. In 5th, Emily Harrington, Coffee FFA, Georgia. In 4th place, Casey Austin, Coffee FFA, Georgia. In 3rd, Alicia Jimenez, James Madison, San Antonio FFA, Texas. In 2nd, Emily Johnson, Cedro Woolley FFA, Washington. And in 1st place, Belinda Brain, Muscatine FFA, Iowa. Congratulations to the top 10 individuals in nursery landscape. The final 4 teams are: in 4th place, Coffee FFA, Georgia. In 3rd place, Muscatine FFA, Iowa. In 2nd place, Spencer County FFA, Kentucky. And your national winning team is James Madison, San Antonio from Texas. James Madison, San Antonio FFA advisor and members of that team are Aspen Solers, Luke Anderson, Alicia Jimenez, and Isabella Reyes. Congratulations! Congratulations to all of our career and leadership development finalists and winners. Let's go!
Okay, the truth is, we've been holding out on y'all a little bit. So you might have seen Miriam and I session intro chair picks at the beginning, but the truth is, we were connected way before national office.
Anna, I think I found my seat. I think I sat right about here. Back in 2016, Anna and I were both in the National FFA band, and I played tuba, so I sat in the back row, and Anna sat up front with the clarinets, but let's check out some footage.
I'm so grateful for my time as a National FFA band member here on this stage, and I'm also grateful for the amazing and talented musicians to my left. So let's hear some awesome FFA band from under the direction of Mr. Spencer White and sponsored by Corteva Agri-science. Let's make some sound for one of the groups entrusted with creating a beautiful sound with us all week, your National FFA band.
My name is Allie Lozen, and I proudly represent the Slinger FFA chapter in the Dairy State, Wisconsin. In the mid-1960s, a shaggy-haired group of guys from England appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show in New York City. John, Paul, George, and Ringo were immediately a sensation. Beatlemania was here. Your 2021 National FFA Band proudly presents the best of the Beatles.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Melanie, David's youngest sister, and this is the famous Mia. On behalf of all of our family, we are grateful for the open arms and virtual love David has received throughout this past year. Where to start? Growing up alongside such a devoted, admirable, vivacious, intelligent, and distinctive older brother has been quite a gift. But being able to witness his triumphs along the years has been even more rewarding. I've been amazed at the amount of growth David has shown in embracing himself and helping others do the same this past year. Thank you for showing us there is no goal that is incapable of reaching and lighting up any and every room with your smile and charisma. Although it has been a pleasure being able to share a piece of my heart with 730,000 of you, I'm excited to have him join me at Cal. Congratulations on a year full of live, laugh, love. We love you and are beyond proud of you. With his retiring address titled Someone, Somebody, You, les presentamos un hermano extraordinario, un niño amoroso, y su campeón de vicepresidente nacional del oeste, David Lopez.
The FFA jacket, it's something we all wear. I mean, gosh, if you look at the person next to you right now, they probably thought you copied their outfit inspiration for the day, when in reality, you knew you put it on first. You see, there are constants with the FFA jacket no matter who wears it. The feel of corduroy, the crispness of when it gets unfolded for the first time, the respect for it has come through generations. From a distance, they all look the same. But as we look more closely at them, we notice there are differences. The names, the states, even the shade of blue or gold. Do you remember the first time you saw an FFA jacket or zipped one up? Take a look at this one. This is where it started for me. Let's see how this very jacket did what it did. I was in 6th grade when I was first introduced to the FFA jacket and the organization it represents. And honestly, I thought it was a little hideous. There was no way swagalicious David would find himself wearing this unflattering piece of clothing. When I first saw the FFA jacket, I was at this stage of my life. I know. This kid was confident, excited, and most importantly, full of swag. I mean, he definitely thought he had it all figured out. His friends were nice, he got along with his teachers, he played the drums in the band, if you know what I mean. Definitely thought he had it all. But he didn't. Something that he was desperately needing was someone to look up to. Now, don't get me wrong. I grew up in a loving home with a rock star mom and 2 of the best sisters ever created. But I always knew I was missing something. A strong male role model to look up to. Someone I could see myself in. Somebody I aspired to be like. Someone who would teach me how to be tough, but also a kind and considerate gentleman. Someone, somebody. Interestingly enough, the magic of this very jacket is what filled that hole in my life. The person who wore it harnessed its beauty and possibility perhaps more than anyone else, and most importantly, allowed me to see that we all can be someone, somebody. In FFA, we're inclined to give the credit to the jacket. However, I am a firm believer that it is the people who bring the real magic to life. The people who make someone feel like a someone, somebody. People who make room for others by simply paying attention and offering real kindness. During my time in FFA, I have worn a multitude of jackets. And to be honest, I have forgotten the difference we can make while wearing them a time or two. And if you're anything like me, perhaps you've lost that perspective too. So let me remind you of its power. When we zip up our FFA jackets, we're given more than a blurry similarity to the people sitting next to us or walking next to us, or a vague career path identifier. We're given the power to be someone for somebody in a way that they need. We just have to choose it. And I have a couple ideas on how to do so. You see, this year I was reminded of the power of that choice, to show up and inspire others as FFA members, because I was the beneficiary of it. This moment of clarity came to me in the great dairy state of Wisconsin, where I very quickly realized there was more to be thankful in Wisconsin for than just their kilo cheese curds. I was at their state FFA convention, and to be completely transparent, it came at a hard part of the year for me. I had encountered some difficulties on the road. I missed home. I felt lonely, and I found myself pouring out of an empty cup. On the second day of convention, I showed up late to my workshop, time difference, it's a real thing. Once again, I am very sorry, Mrs. Zimmerman, wherever you are. And as I ran over to the room, frantically running, sweating like a little kid that knew he was about to get busted for eating the last donut, I felt really frazzled and bad because I had wasted a lot of people's time. I had a hard time making eye contact with anyone in that room because I felt so embarrassed that I had wasted all of their time. In that moment, I just wanted to turn back the time or start all over. However, during this complete chaos, I look up briefly and I see this young, eager man with so much excitement on his face. No demand, no anger at my tardiness, just a pure and innocent appreciation of the moment. As I went on, the relief I felt in that moment to be seen by someone, somebody, it's hard to describe. In a few brief moments, this young man saw the intense struggle going on through my own head, and through a simple smile and encouraging nod, gave me the gumption to take a deep breath, pull it together, and give what I had to the people in that workshop. He kept smiling, filling my heart with courage. As the workshop went on, I got to know my encourager, the bright-eyed someone who saw me, who paid attention, and showed up for me. His name is Aiden, and he is incredible. As I chatted with Aiden, I very quickly realized how smart and optimistic he is. And as he was telling me a little bit about his life, it became so evident how many of the circumstances in it have given Aiden the ability to show up for others and make a difference by simply paying attention. Aiden sees people where they are and shows up for them in quiet but inspiring ways. Y'all, this is my friend Aiden. Give him a round of applause. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Aiden, you have reminded me that when we pay attention to other people, we make someone feel like they can be someone or somebody, that they're seen and not alone, and that they too can be someone. I'm so grateful that in a moment where I was clearly struggling, you saw my need, you paid attention, and showed up for me in such a beautiful way. You likely had no idea that when you zipped up that FFA jacket that day, you'd be making such a meaningful impact, and yet you did. And I hope everyone that is watching you right now decides to show up for others the way that you did. Thank you, Aiden. I'm so grateful to be your friend, buddy. Let's give Aiden another round of applause. Difference making begins where Aiden began. Do we really see people? Do we pay attention? Looking around with our eyes and hearts and minds wide open. Listening and seeing the needs of the people in our lives. Who is having a day that could benefit from a kind word and an encouraging nod. Who is quietly hurting and needs someone to look him in the eye and share the pain that they're in. Who wants to celebrate a small win and needs someone to notice their desire to smile and cheer and laugh with someone. Well, here's the thing, y'all. Remind yourself the next time you put on your FFA jacket that you have the ability to do all of these things simply by paying attention. Aiden reminds me that once we pay attention, we have a chance to make an even greater impact. And that is as simple as showing up through small acts of kindness. Now, kindness takes a different shape in all of our lives, but I believe that at its core, we all know what it's about. I know when I was introduced to the word of kindness, it was way before I put one of these nice blue corduroy jackets on my elementary school playground. The person who taught me the value of simple kindness is the best yard duty monitor to ever exist. Her name is Ceci. She embodies what it means to love deeply and extend kindness in the purest of ways. For most kids, recess was a time to go out and sweat, which I still totally don't get, but it's cool. But for me, it was the opportunity to be greeted by kindness through Ceci's kind and attentive nature. As kids, things were financially a little tough at home sometimes. My beautiful, brilliant, amazing mother worked tirelessly to provide for me and my sisters. However, the budget could get tight sometimes. I was in 8th grade when it just wasn't in the cards for me to get a new Halloween costume for that year, and I'd have to wear my Zorro one from the previous year and make it look good. But in reality, I was nervous. Kids could be mean, and I was anxious they'd remember me wearing it from the previous year and make fun of it for how it fit this year. I grew a lot between those 2 Halloweens. I was so vulnerable that day, and I dreaded going to school. But as I got off the car and I walked across the playground to greet my classmates, I passed by Ceci. She must have seen my face with fear and pain written all over it. And as I passed by her, she stops me and she says, "You are the most handsome guy in this world." And I promise you, everything changed for me in that moment. My vulnerability was enveloped with kindness instead of fear, simply because she saw me, she paid attention, and treated me with real kindness. What could have been a disaster of a day was given just a glimmer of hope, of joy. Ceci decided to be the somebody I so badly needed that day. Now, she wasn't wearing an FFA jacket. That could be a little odd for a yard duty monitor. But she did embody what this jacket allows us to do inside and outside of them. What Ceci did was this. She paid attention and saw where I was vulnerable and filled that space with kindness. It was so simple, so meaningful, and the memory of it fills me with the conviction to do this more. And I would ask that you all do this too. Pay attention to the people in your life who have vulnerabilities and gaps. And like Ceci, refuse to let them walk through this life with fear and pain filling their hearts. Wouldn't we all want that? I'm sure you have your vulnerabilities, the things you hope no one sees or makes fun of. I had mine. Ceci saw them and showed up for me in the most beautiful and simple way. She was a light for me. Now, there's so much light in this world, and we can reflect this light as leaders in this organization. Think about the people in your chapter, in your school, who have vulnerabilities and gaps. Well, don't each of us? I'd wager a bet there are people in your life, people who love you, who have shown up for you and made a real difference simply by paying attention and offering kindness to you. At some point, we take off our jackets, never to be worn again. This whole FFA jacket is one that was taken off too soon by a person who perhaps embodies its goodness more than anyone I have ever met. He was generous, courageous, and a leader. His name is Emmanuel Lucero. Now, I met Emmanuel when I was in 6th grade because he was a friend of my older sister, and not to mention literally the coolest guy to ever walk the halls of Holtville High School. Adored by everyone because there just wasn't anyone who showed up as purely as him. Now, I shared with you what I looked like as a 6th grader. Swaggy, but definitely unsure of his place in this world. The first time Emmanuel came around, he didn't choose to be with all the cooler kids. He saw me, where I was, and decided to show me that I too could be someone, somebody. He gave me his undivided attention and offered me what seemed to be never-ending kindness. Now, playing tag with me, while all his other cool friends were talking and laughing with one another. And in that moment, I knew this is the kind of person I aspired to be like. So because of that, I thought I'd join the program he loved so much, and even wear the blue jacket I had previously found so unsightly. I needed Emmanuel so badly in my life. Someone to inspire me, to see me, to treat me with kindness. And yet, it wasn't meant to last forever. His junior year of high school, he was diagnosed with osteosarcoma cancer, a disease that eventually took his life in 2013. Now, I'll never be able to fully thank him for being the someone I needed so badly. The someone who made me feel like I too could be somebody. And for ultimately giving me the gift of membership and the blue jacket. Last year, as the nominating committee asked me why I desired to serve as a national officer, I said I wanted to be someone's Emmanuel, a light that guides a person to becoming their best self, to pay attention to people, and to treat them with kindness. And although this year has been so hard, I hope I have done justice in emulating the greatest leader I have ever known. Thank you to that committee for allowing me to honor Emmanuel this past year. To his parents, Virginia and Andrés, gracias por crear un hombre que se preocupó por los demás, que vio un niño que ocupaba de él y ahí estuvo. Gracias por compartir a Manuel con la comunidad Holtville. I can wholeheartedly say I would not be here today if it weren't for this man's belief in me at the age of 11. And now it's time for you to decide what you will do with this. Will you be someone who makes a person feel like a somebody? Whose Emmanuel will you be? When you zip up your FFA jacket and feel the course of possibility run through your veins, who will you look in the eye and pay attention to and treat with real kindness? At some point, our jackets actually do come off, never to be worn again. Will people speak of you as someone who inspired them, who saw the best in them? Think about the people in your chapter. Think about school. Think about what this world could be if people who wore this jacket year after year chose to be just a little bit more for those who really need us in small, seemingly insignificant, and meaningful ways, like Aiden, like Ceci, like Emmanuel. The truth is, this jacket has never been about the titles, the words on the back, or the accolades. It has always been about someone who makes a person feel like a somebody. Because ultimately, we all need someone. Everybody needs somebody. In and out of this jacket, people need you.
Volleyball, avocado toast with everything bagel seasoning, and never failing to lug your gallon of water jug. Your sense of adventure has taken our team to new heights, and we have loved being along with the ride where you try new things, and we'll never, ever forget your many, many, many recorder concerts featuring the old but gold hot cross buns. One of your biggest contributions to our team this year, aside from your budding musical talent, is your ability to create a sense of belongingness in every space you occupy. Because you are a champion for our team and our organization, you have celebrated us and encouraged us to show up fully and loved us all the same. David, we love your heart. Your sense of empathy and devotion for your family and your FFA family is exactly what we needed this year. No matter how far apart, always together at heart. Love Doster, Paxton, Artha, Miriam, and Anna. National FFA, your National FFA Western Region Vice President, David Lopez.
You know, Anna, it's probably just as well that we're retiring tomorrow, considering we just showed the world every single one of our most embarrassing moments.
Yeah, actually that's super embarrassing because Miriam, we're not done yet. We still have one more clip.
Oh, Miriam.
You guys did not. No.
We're having.
Oh, it's recording though.
To welcome you to the 2020 virtual FFA.
So congratulate. Okay, I just need to take a deep.
Ew. You're kidding me.
Hey, Massachusetts.
FFA members across your great state all week.
Oh, is it a banquet? A little bit of a conversation. Won't really be.
Wait, do you want me to
And all the FFA members who decided to.
Hello, Arkansas FFA.
The ideas in this book, what am I saying?
Significantly, that. Why can I not do this?
Yikes. Sharing our imperfect moments with the world can often be really scary, but we learn how to because of y'all. Whether we met you virtually or in the hybrid world or in person, you gave us so much grace that you allowed us to give ourselves grace too.
And it was that extra grace that gave us the courage to show up fully, all of us. And when we do that, when we show up as all of who we are, that's when we get to show people both inside and outside of the FFA and the agriculture industry why what we do here is so important.
Absolutely, and representing our organization and industry with accuracy and authenticity is what landed so many incredible members here on stage tonight. Some of those members were our Proficiency and Agri-science Fair Award finalists and folks in the Building Communities Division.
That's right, and we also got to hear some incredible performances from our National FFA band. We got to hear from our friend David, your Western Region Vice President, in his phenomenal retiring address. And we also got to meet some more Career and Leadership Development Event Award finalists. This has been such an awesome session, but the day is not over yet, and convention isn't over yet either. Make sure to stop by the Expo if you haven't seen it yet, virtual and in-person workshops, and the Microsoft, or the Blue Room presented by Microsoft that's virtual this year as well. For those folks tuning in at home, and if you're in person, you can participate in that as well. And tonight at 7 p.m., make sure to be back in your seats for the 6th general session as we award one of the most prestigious awards our organization has to offer, and we find out who our American stars are. And we also will get to hear some more phenomenal retiring remarks from our Central Region Vice President, Paxton Dahmer. Don't
Oh, yeah. Y'all don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone for the rest of convention because who knows, maybe that awkward moment will be the spark of a new friendship.
Absolutely. Because we are an FFA for one and for all. To come together again for our national convention, we remember that even when apart, we're connected. Now stronger and better than ever. We are better when we celebrate, encourage, and show up for one another. Just as we have learned from our traditions, we are united, forming stronger bonds through challenging pursuits. Wherever we are, we add value, and multiplied by the over 735,000 Blue Jackets nationwide, we become the next generation of leaders who will change the world. Together, we are better than ever for all.
Let's go, let's go! We're breaking loose! Let's go, let's go, let's go! To what we do, let's go, let's go!
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have none, Mr. President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this session? We are about to adjourn this 5th general session of the 94th National FFA Convention and Expo. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this session adjourned.